Most developers think AI coding tools are just fancy autocomplete. They type, AI suggests, they accept or reject. That's the loop. CTX breaks that loop entirely. In early tests, autonomous agent sessions inside CTX completed multi-file refactors without a single manual keypress after the initial prompt. Not a suggestion. Not a diff to review. Done. CTX is not an IDE plugin. It is not a Copilot alternative. It is an Agentic Development Environment, an ADE, where AI agents don't assist your workflow, they run it. You describe what you want built. CTX orchestrates agents that plan, write, test, debug, and iterate. You watch. Or you walk away. Let's talk about what that actually looks like in practice. You open CTX and instead of a blank file or a project tree, you get an agent session. You say something like, add pagination to the user dashboard, write tests, and make sure nothing breaks in the existing auth flow. That's your input. From there, CTX breaks the task into subtasks, assigns them to specialized agents, and starts executing. One agent reads the existing codebase to build context. Another drafts the implementation. A third runs the test suite. If something fails, the loop continues, the agent sees the error, adjusts, retries. This is not a chatbot that writes code you paste into your editor. This is a runtime that produces working software. The interface reflects this shift. You are not looking at files primarily. You are looking at agent activity, what each agent is doing, what it just completed, what it's blocked on. The output is still code, still your repo, still version controlled. But the path to get there changed fundamentally. But here's the thing, this only works well within a defined scope. And that's where we need to be honest. CTX does not handle ambiguity gracefully. If your task requires deep business logic that isn't documented anywhere in the codebase, the agents will hallucinate plausible-sounding implementations that compile but don't do what you actually need. This is not a CTX-specific problem, it's the ceiling of current LLMs, but it means you cannot fully walk away on anything that touches undocumented domain logic. You still need to review outputs on non-trivial tasks. CTX also does not replace the architectural thinking phase. Deciding how to structure a system, which trade-offs to make, what not to build, that's still on you. CTX is exceptional at execution once you've made those decisions. It is not a system architect. And right now, the agent orchestration is best suited for greenfield features or isolated refactors. Deeply entangled legacy codebases with implicit contracts, the kind where changing one file breaks 6 other things for reasons nobody remembers, those are still hard. The agents can get lost in dependency chains that aren't expressed in code. What surprised me was how fast the iteration loop gets once you accept the tool for what it is. For well-scoped tasks, adding an endpoint, writing a migration, generating a test suite for an existing module, CTX is legitimately faster than doing it yourself. Not marginally. Substantially. Now, where does this go from here? The most realistic near-term evolution is persistent agent memory. Right now, each session has limited context about previous sessions. Once agents can build a running model of your codebase idioms, your team's conventions, your architectural decisions, the ambiguity problem shrinks significantly. The agent stops hallucinating your internal patterns because it actually knows them. The second plausible step is multi-developer agent coordination. Not one developer with agents, but a team where human developers and agent sessions are interleaved, agents handling the mechanical work, humans handling judgment calls, all tracked in the same workflow. Think of it less like an IDE and more like a development operations layer. If CTX gets deployed on infrastructure, DigitalOcean's app platform would be a natural fit for running persistent agent sessions, stateful, always on, scalable. Worth noting if you're planning to self-host. So why does CTX exist at all? What problem is it actually solving? The honest answer is that the current AI coding tool model is built around the editor as the center of gravity. The human stays in the loop on every single line. That works, but it scales with you, meaning your throughput is still bounded by your attention. CTX is a bet that the bottleneck in software development isn't ideas, isn't architecture, it's execution bandwidth. Developers spend enormous amounts of time on work that is mechanical, repetitive, and fully specified, and that is exactly the work agents can absorb. CTX is early. Some of what it promises is still ahead of what it delivers today. But the model is right. The shift from AI-assisted coding to AI-orchestrated development is not incremental, it's structural. And CTX is one of the first tools built natively around that idea rather than bolted on top of the old model. If you want to go deeper on agentic dev tooling, the next episode covers how autonomous agents handle pull request reviews, including one case where the agent caught a security issue the human reviewer missed. Subscribe so you don't miss it.